deckhands actually located the body floating down the river.
Well, we're talking about a disturbing trend in small-town Missouri. How common it is for St. John police to pull bodies from the Mississippi River.
And we've just really fallen behind the standards.
Ready, set, strike. How soon Schnucks drivers could hit the picket line. And our weather is drying out but heating up once again as we head into the afternoon. High humidity now, but that changes through the weekend. We'll show you when we could have low humidity.
A small celebration with a very big mission. The founder's goal for Pride St. Charles.
The Indy 400. Meet the 50-year-old for Westminster Christian Academy, set to compete in the U.S. Olympic swimming trials.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good Friday morning, everybody. It is June the 14th. I'm Renee Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. Great to see you on this Friday, and happy early Father's Day to
Yes, well,
Rennie,
thank you.
to Anthony,
Thank you.
and to Paul,
And to
to all the
Paul.
dads watching
Yeah,
this morning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you love it when Michelle says Friday, she sort of does a little dance?
It's such a mom dance, isn't it?
It should be said,
yeah.
right? I mean, we've made it to the weekend and something to celebrate. In fact, today, while it's step outside, our weather first forecast started off a little humid. It is going to turn nice and comfortable later on this afternoon. We're talking low humidity, but the numbers will still be warm. Clouds are clearing away this morning as we speak, starting off in the 70s. By lunchtime, we'll be at 85 degrees, and today we're up to 91 for your afternoon high. Now, as mentioned, the humidity is high now. That falls off later today under mostly sunny skies. In fact, we'll be completely sunny once we get into about 5 o'clock this afternoon. But 91, yeah, not as hot as yesterday, but still hot. We hit 95 yesterday, by the way. We'll talk about Father's Day weekend in full, but let's get over to another dad, a proud dad of a daughter going to college this year. Paul Cook talking about some Friday traffic. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. Yeah, if we talk about it too much, I'll just be, crying over here. And you just think about all those old memories. You're like, what? When I see an old picture, why does it make me sad? The cuteness, but you just have to be grateful, right? Okay, let's talk about the traffic right now. I'm grateful for that as well. Getting some of the delays and all of that stuff aside, working on construction, and we're also thinking about the workers out there this weekend where it's going to be hot. 55 here at 67. That'll be construction all weekend. Just taking the map and moving up where you've had delays a lot over the last week. Not right now. We'll keep an eye on it here in Wentzville on 70. We'll have another take of traffic coming your way soon.
This morning, delivery drivers for Schnucks are sending the message to the grocery store giant. Give us a better contract or we go on strike.
Sydney Stallworth is joining us live from the Lindbergh location in Sydney. I know that you've been talking with drivers since yesterday. What are they asking for, and how has this gone south in the past?
Well, Michelle, Rennie, drivers with local Teamsters Union 610 say they want better pay and better health care. This after 2 failed attempts at a new contract over the past 3 months. In just a couple of hours, drivers will be back out here passing out these pamphlets to shoppers in their informational picket. Just hours ago, we were out here in the parking lot at the Schnucks DePere location with drivers yesterday, the first day of their picket. The union tells me it gave Schnucks 5 days to return to the bargaining table and reach an agreement, or drivers will be willing to walk off the job. The first contract negotiation fell through back in April. Drivers voted that down unanimously. And on Wednesday, drivers voted down the second contract with about 90% against it. Union leaders tell 5 on Your Side Schnucks needs to step up pay and health benefits.
We're starting at a deficit right now, I would say, of $1.50 to $2 an hour, because our last contract, like I said, was negotiated during COVID. And, cost of livings went through the roof. Everyone else has been getting 8-10% increases along the way, and we're just nowhere near there. Quipco, which is their maintenance facility, they got more than us. When Local 88, the meat cutters negotiate, they got more than they're offering us right now, and I just don't think they're offering us a fair wage at this point.
Now, I reached out to Schnucks about contract negotiations and this informational picket. A representative issued this statement saying, quote, "While we are disappointed that the proposal did not pass, we remain committed to continuing discussions at the bargaining table on Monday, June 17th. So that's happening this upcoming Monday. The meeting date is set. And I asked union representatives what would happen if an agreement is not reached on Monday. I'll give you that answer in our next half hour. For now in Florissant, I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on Your Side.
Thanks so much, Sydney. Today, we could learn if the Bridgeton Red Lobster location will close. The seafood restaurant's execs are set to appear in bankruptcy court today. Now, according to our partners at the Business Journal, the Red Lobster on St. Charles Rock Road is on the chopping block if the court approves that bankruptcy plan. The seafood restaurant company filed for bankruptcy, if you remember, last month. This morning marks more than a month since a body was found in the Mississippi River near St. Genevieve.
Now, police say this is a part of a disturbing trend that's been happening over the last few years, affecting the small town. Our Diamond Palmer has been digging into just how many people have been found in the river, and she spoke with one of the town's top police officials. Diamond, what did you learn?
Well, Rennie and Michelle, really I learned a lot, and really those police officials say it's just simply disturbing the amount of people that have been found in the Mississippi River. Now, I'm live here along the Mississippi River, and the St. Genevieve County Sheriff's Office says since May 1st, they've been working to find the cause of death for the person found in the river just near the town of over 5,000 people. It's something the department is prepared to deal with each year, but each case is different. On May 1st, just before 2 p.m., the St. Genevieve County Sheriff's Office says it received a call from workers on the Mississippi River that a body was floating in the water.
Some of their deckhands actually located the body floating down the river, secured it for us, and brought it to a river landing.
The disturbing part is it's not out of the ordinary for the area.
Last year or two, this is probably one or two of them. You know, in the last decade, I'd say maybe about 12, about a dozen or so. So, I mean, it's something we're used to, that we know can happen here, and you know, we prepare for it.
Major Jason Schnucks serves as the chief deputy and says investigators released these images to the public to help identify the person. With the help of the Missouri State Highway Patrol and the FBI, they identified the person as 23-year-old Darius Moore from North St. Louis. Schnucks says the bodies found recently have floated down the river from north of their town or were dumped in the river. Causes of death have been across the board, including suicide, undetermined, and drownings. Some of the cases even involve foul play. In Moore's case, however, Schnucks says the department is still working to find the cause of death.
Know that we're working on trying to determine a cause of death, and we will work at it as long as we can till we exhaust all those leads.
Now, I did speak to people who knew Moore, who say they identified as transgender, and the St. Genevieve County Sheriff's Office says there are 3 investigators continuing to work on this case, and right now they don't suspect any foul play. Meanwhile, I did touch base with the St. Louis Police Department, who say at the time of Moore's death, there were no missing person reports. Reporting live here along the Mississippi River, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Diamond. To keep kids out of trouble, starting tonight, St. Louis City will extend weekend hours at 2 rec centers. On Fridays and Saturdays, the Tandy and the Cherokee rec centers will stay open until midnight through the month of August. And the city is also inviting teens 15 years of age and older to apply for lifeguard positions at Chambers, Fairground, and at Marquette Pools, the part of summer youth employment program for 14 to 24 years old.
I kind of giggled at that video. She's getting in the water. Ooh, it's cold. A new venue for the St. Charles Pride event. What to expect from the festival's first year in the Family Arena.
And in the backyard today, starting off very humid, but it will turn less humid this afternoon. Still warm, though. High temperatures once again climb back into the 90s.